Hi everybody, welcome back to day 13 of this year's Advent Calendar series. We have Pink and Main and Tailored Expressions this year, and I am going to just get right into it. I was like feeling this. I have no idea what this is. It almost feels like it might be like a shaker thing, but and it is a shaker thing. Okay, so these are square shaker covers, and this actually will be great with, I still have a little rose here stamped out from the other night. So these lend themselves really well to square cards. So they would be great to make a little shaker card with. So, and let's see, they are, does it tell? They're 3.125 inches. So that is great. You could even do a tag, a shaker tag with these. So I love that. That's a really nice gift. And then day 13 for Tailored Expressions, I couldn't even begin to guess because, yes, I was feeling my envelopes like a little kid with their presents. Oh, is this a layering stencil? It is a layering stencil. And yes, they are numbered. So let me grab a little piece of cardstock and see what we have here. This is 3 inches square. But I'm not sure. There's nothing to say, so it looks like a bowl with stars. So I'm not sure what colors really to use. It's so the logo is down here. And I don't have any idea what this is, so I'm just going to grab some colors and we'll see what we get. And I have so many scraps. And I really need to go through. So here's my white scraps. And some of this is really thin. Some of it is thicker cardstock. Just trying to find a piece that will do. There, we're going to cut a (3" well, let's do 3. I'm going to do 3 3/4. And I don't see any marks on this. You know, some of these layering stencils will have little guides. I'm not seeing that here. So I'm just going to tape this down. And I'm just going to try my best. Well, I wasn't very smart to get an even border here and to get this straight. If it's not straight, we're not going to cry about it too much, but maybe a little. Got to get that masked off because that's awfully close to the cardstock there. So let's just grab what colors here? I'm going to do a light brown for what I think is maybe the bowl. For this. You know, I may start off and just do this entire thing in one color, because I just don't know what this image is supposed to be. So we're going to find out. And it's so small, I think it's going to go really quick. I don't use these brushes much anymore since I got the new Simon Hurley ones, and I'm going to grab one of those because and I have had those other blending brushes, gosh, for about 6 years now, and I seldom wash them. So they probably, a good wash would not hurt. Okay, I'm just going to wipe this off. And I think, I'm just glancing at the next stencil. Number 2. So this acts as your guide. So you just put that sort of mask part over there. And we'll get that in place as good as we can. And I don't want ink to go out over the edges, so we're going to tape this down again. And do another little layer. And let's take this off. Is this maybe something like a New Year's or a birthday? I just don't know. Is that a bowl of ice cream? One, two, three. And again, this has a little outline there. To put that on. And I tell you, we have that brown there. I'm going to grab a different color here. Just a blue, I think. Or let me use this High Tide. Okay, let's lift this layer up. A banana split. See I think this looks like a banana here. And it's got like candles or something in it. But let's see. Let's put this down again. This is just here, and then that's the cherry on top there. So that's exactly, I'm not even going to put much ink on there. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is a little banana split. So I'm going to grab some more colors out. I'm knocking things off my desk. And we are going to do this up right. One nice thing about these smaller images is they're so quick to do. So you can get a little project in no time. So let's get out. I'm going to do the glass is going to be, whoopsie. I'm going to do it in this high tide. I think that makes a pretty glass image. Try to get this back on here straight again. That was interesting though. I looked at this and I thought this looked like a bowl, but I wasn't really sure. And I'm just going to do this whole image in this color. And then our next stencil, that's 3, we want number 2. That's our little bananas. And usually let's see, it's not quite right. Come on. It's been so long since I have had a banana split. So we are going to get out a pale yellow. let me grab that. And we need a red for our little cherry on top. Let's see, a very pale yellow. I think maybe that's whipped topping. But I'm not really sure. So grab a yellow and a red here. Oh, maybe I need one of my smaller blending brushes. So let me grab two of these. I haven't even used these yet. We're going to do a little yellow. Ooh, it's darker than I wanted, but that's okay. So I'm not sure what this is here, because so there's ice cream, that's the cherry. So I don't think that's supposed to be chocolate because it wouldn't be way down there. We're just going to keep going with the yellow here. And I really should have cleaned this off better, but it'll be okay. And let's get number 3 here. I don't even remember what flavors are in a banana split. I know it's vanilla ice cream, and then doesn't it have like chocolate and pineapple and maybe strawberry on it. Here, I'm going to get a new piece of tape. Like it's supposed to have chocolate fudge on there or something. Anyway. This other tape's getting pretty full of color. I don't want to. I want to cover these images up, but end of this piece will be okay. So I guess this will be our strawberry layer. Or cherry. So let's see what we have here. What do we have so far? That's what we have so far. It's actually very pretty. And let's get our fourth stencil on here. Put this over here. And I'm going to do the brown on here for the cherry stem and the sprinkles and the ice cream topping. So let's go back to this brown. Here, I think we need a darker brown. So give me just 1 second for that chocolate look. And I'm going to go with this macchiato. And I'm not worried about contaminating anything since we're going from lighter to darker. Okay, now let's wipe this off. Let's wipe our board here again. Boy, I have a mess here now. And here's our big reveal. And that's actually very cute. That is super cute. It's got the chocolate sprinkles. It's got your different ice creams, your banana, your chocolate on top. So, yeah, I like the way that turned out. Let's make a card. And what if we use this Pink and Main? We'll cut this down if we can. Get it this small and do a shaker card with it. Let's see here. Oh yeah. I have to wash that stencil, but I'm going to keep that with the stencil. Get rid of all this tape with ink on it. Okay, I'm just going to going to set these out of the way.
Here's the forecast for tomorrow. Look for intermittent clouds with a high of 51 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 34 degrees.
This is slightly more than 3, so let me cut this down to tell you what, I'm going to cut this down gradually. I'm going to have to cut off some more here. Now let's see what we've got. Nope, it's got to have, let me check this way too. No, it's got to have a couple more slivers off of it. I think maybe that's going to fit. Because we don't want it to bow out. Nope. A little bit more. So I think this is going to end up right at 3 for this card. That fits. And I believe that fits. And let me see what kind of shaker bits I have. I have to move some stuff out of the way here because I have so many projects and I just keep sticking them on my cart. I have a bunch of clay. I have pastel confetti, stars and rods. Okay, I think some of these, just seeing what little shapes I had in that other container. So these are all Pink and Main. And most of these came in my advent calendar from last year. And you get a lot. I have used some of these. I think I like the little stars and rods. Although I may use, let's see. So we don't want to overpower it. And we do want it to shake. So I want to make sure these clay bits are going to shake. Because if they don't, we'll have to go another route. So when this is glued down, I'm not sure. So we're gonna put some clay bits in here, right? But I also have these little Pink and Main star bits. And we're going to put some of those in there too. Little escape artists. Whoops. I'll label the face up. And I also have these pastel sequins. So let's just throw a couple of those in. And let's see, are we going to have any shaker action here? I believe we are. So then, because they have done most of the work for us here, all we have to do is take the little tape off of here. Sorry, I'm way down there. Put this aside so y'all can see what I'm doing. Take this release tape off. Oh, where's a bone folder? We probably could have done 3 sides and then maybe put our shaker bits in that way. Oh, we've got plenty of room. Well, I say that. You guys let go of there. Come on. Okay, this down here is kind of stuck in there. Yep, it's stuck up in that edge, and I don't like that. There we go. Just kind of release that. And then he still is being a pain in the patootie. There we go. Now, and what about that little purple one? Is he going to get over? I just don't want him to be stuck against the edges permanently. There we go. Now, you people stay in there. It's really not as hard as I make it look. I just have no fingernails. And I should have got my pokey tool out. Okay. We'll just burnish that down on there. Look at that sweet shaker card. Put it up next to my microphone so you can hear the shake really well. So, oh yeah, I gotta remove this. Uh-oh. So that said remove protective film, and I thought it was on the outside. Is it on the inside? Well, isn't that special? So I thought the film was on the outside, but evidently it isn't. So it's in there for posterity now. So let me take this out. But that doesn't make sense. Okay, y'all, where's the protective film? You wouldn't think it'd be inside because there's your sticky. Tell you what we're going to do, because this is the back and nobody will see this if we scratch it up. There it is. There it is. It is on the outside. I thought it should be. And I thought that's why the little sticker was on the outside, but then I couldn't find an end that would come up, or an edge. There we go. Oh, Lord. Sometimes it takes me a minute, obviously. Now, that's nice and clear. That is really pretty. And those the little flat stars in here are very shiny. You can't see it as much on camera. But isn't that cute? Okay, let us put this on another card. Let me put this up before I lose it. I don't want to lose any pieces. And the bag. And that stencil I'll have to clean before I put it away. I do not like dirty stencils. I know a lot of crafters say they don't worry about cleaning them. I can't stand that, because if you leave, mostly like if you leave pastes or anything that like leaves any raised areas, sometimes when you're trying to smooth something over there, it doesn't, you no longer get a clear stenciled image. So, and I thought I had done some small card bases. And I did. And I'm going to mat this on, let's do something fun. Let's do some kind of like a pink, something bright. come on. So that's bright. This is even brighter. Yeah, I think I like that. So this is 3. We are, or I'm having a second thought here. Hold that thought. Let me get out scraps again. To do. I got a big old chunk of that. And where are you? I thought I had to cut some red not long ago and had some red scraps, but I guess I used all the bigger pieces, which is good. So let me grab a red here. Here we go. So we are going to do different layers here. So that's 3 1/4 inches. Three and a half. And 3 3/4. And I'm going to get some double-sided tape since this is kind of, it doesn't exactly lay flat in the back. And we want to make sure it lays down. Grab my very dirty little doodad here. I'm going to put this 1/4 inch on the edges here. I'll tell you, these little what do they call them? Little shaker envelopes. Really make life easy. And I believe several companies make them. Of course, you don't have the dimension of to put like the chunkier pieces in. But if you're just using some of these flat sequins, it's great. So easy. They get it right the first time, so your pieces don't fall out. Okay, so we are going to put this on here. And yes, I'm going to put glue on here too. So I can move it around if I need to. Release paper is not my friend tonight. I think when I'm doing a video, I don't feel like I get nervous, but I think I kind of do. Because I don't usually struggle this much when it's just me sitting here crafting. In my own little world. We're going to do our red layer next. Get rid of all this release paper. Hold this down just to let that glue catch. And while it's sitting there, I'm going to have some coffee. I made myself a mocha. And put whipped cream on top of it. And now all the whipped cream has just melted down into the coffee. Okay, and now with our layers, we have our banana, cherry / strawberry, and chocolate. And our last layer is going right down on our card. And there again, even with my fumbly self and coming up with an idea, that didn't take long. Isn't it cute? And I won't put a sentiment on here when I'm ready to give it away. Depending on whether it's a birthday or a little celebrate card. But it's so cute. I don't know, if I turn this off, will you still be able to see it? I'm trying to get it without all that glare. It is so stinking cute, y'all. So I am really proud of it. And thank you for joining me again. I can't believe tomorrow will be 2 weeks in and only 10, 11 days from Christmas. So I hope you'll come back again then to see what we are going to get. And have a great evening, a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.